Part two to what I think and have observed of the moon signs, starting out here with Libra moons. Okay, so in my honest opinion and from my personal experience, I haven't had like a lot of interactions with a lot of Libra moons. I've known a very good amount though, and from the ones that I've seen, I'm gonna be completely honest, and this is not going for everyone. I think this is more of just like a underdeveloped thing. But a lot of Libra moons can be very, very passive aggressive. And the reason for that is because they don't like drama at all. It's kind of similar to a Libra sun. They're very avoidant of drama and things like that. But I feel like Libra moons are honestly more passive aggressive than Libra suns are. I feel like Libra moons genuinely crave peace so much. They want just harmony all the way through. They don't want trouble with no one. So the whole thing with them though is that even regardless of that aspect, a lot of them love to be sociable. They love to be on good terms with people. I've noticed that so much, is that they really love to be on good terms with everyone in the room. They want to be cool with everybody because they like to have that connection, not like a societal connection, not like networking, but more of just I know you and you know me and we're cool. Like I love that we're cool basically. But yeah, a lot of Libra moons are very peaceful though. They're very peaceful. They don't like again to argue or anything like that to cause conflict. They're just very chill people. They're very peaceful. I feel like a lot of them are like they give off a very relaxed vibe. That's just the way that they are. Even if their sun sign is like, let's say like a Leo sun, which is very outgoing, a Libra moon would be someone who would mellow that person a lot out. So they would feel more inclined to just chilling, doing their own thing, living their best life in peace, in secret, not in secret, but in peace for sure, like very reserved energy. Okay. But speaking of secrets, Scorpio moons, guys, I know a good amount of Scorpio moons. I actually really like Scorpio moons because I'm a Capricorn moon, so we're compatible and we get along good. But my gosh, Scorpio moons, if you are not familiar with them, you may have more trouble with them, in the sense that it's like, holy shit, man, what are you not hiding? Like seriously, I'm just being completely honest. And this is coming from someone who's very private herself. I'm not secretive though, I am very private, but Scorpio moons are like so secretive, man. Like they will hide anything if they feel like it's a threat, if they feel like you're gonna judge them, if they feel like you're gonna ruin something or whatever they fear, they're gonna hide anything that they need to hide from you. And if they have to lie, they will lie. They will if they feel like they have to. I feel like with Scorpio moons, a lot of them have a very deep pain in life. A lot of them do. I've seen it all the time, like very, very often, is that they just have gone through a lot and they don't feel comfortable opening up about that because it makes them upset. I feel like they get more like angry, like kind of, you know how Scorpios are, they're very vengeful low key. I feel like that's kind of how they are as well, Scorpio moons, is that they get very vengeful and then they get very upset because keep in mind, Scorpio moon, that's feelings, it rules emotions and things like that. So of course, Scorpio moons always feel very inclined to be like a scorpion, very much stinging where it hurts if it's necessary, but they will stay out the way. And they are very kind. I do like them. Again, they're kind of funny. They have like dark humor and things like that. But my god, man, if you think that you know a Scorpio moon all the way down, you probably don't, unless you know that you do know them. Meaning, like, if you have a sibling, you probably do know your sibling very well, but I'm sure that no one else does. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to really put an effort to learn Scorpio moons. If you want to learn them, you will, but it's going to take time and it's going to be up to them as to whether or not they actually want to trust you. They have rather trust issues, honestly, but they can always work out of that. It's usually self-inflicted, like they just have a fear and they don't need to have a fear, but they just do because they're very protective, like always. But okay, after Scorpio moons, now we got Sagittarius moons, and Sagittarius moons to me are also very loud. It's funny, I've said that for like all three fire sign moons, Aries, Leo, and Sag moons. Guys, Sag moons are very, very, very funny. Like, I'm gonna be real. Bro, they're really funny. They're really hilarious within everything that they say. They honestly have a lot of good jokes because everything just comes naturally to them in terms of their humor. I think they find the fun in everything. I honestly feel like Sag moons are more, not passionate, but more like out there than Sag suns are. At least the ones that I've met. A lot of Sag suns, they are very fun. And they, you know, they're always like full of life and everything like that. But the difference is that with Sag moons, it's like they embody that because that's how they feel all the time. So Sag moons are definitely the life of the party. I've met a few who are very, very sensitive too. Like they care a lot about other people, but they're also very, very blunt. Like they also don't give a fuck. Like they'll tell you what they feel about you, and they don't really care if you're gonna take it right or wrong, because they just feel like they're right. And if they feel like they're right, you can't convince them that they're wrong unless you bring facts. And even then they're like, oh, whatever, nah. Like usually that's how they are. It's like if you prove them wrong, they're like, oh, whatever, okay, like fine. But they don't really care, you know. So I feel like with Sag moons, it's really like you have to have a certain type of patience, but not because they're irritating. They're not irritating. They're just very full of life. Like they're very full, very full. Oh my goodness. Every Sag moon I've met, man, they're just like, what is it? And like they're always down for some shit. They're always down for something new. They just love to live. That's it. And I admire them for that very much. Now the last one that we have here, no, not the last. We have Aquarius moon last. But the next one that we have here, second to last, is Capricorn moon. Like I said, I am a Capricorn moon, and what being a Capricorn moon means is basically being the most private version of yourself that you could possibly be ever. Okay, guys, listen. The one thing I've said with every single sign, you know, you can very much tell when someone is a certain moon sign because of how they act with that moon sign. So, you know, Aries sun with the Capricorn moon, guys, that Aries energy is going to be like put down to a minimum, but not because it's rained on. You know what I'm saying? Like their Aries energy still shines through, but that Cap moon energy really comes through to show that this person is somebody who's very low key, very private. Like I stated, I've met so many people. I've actually have a few stories about people that I've met that I thought, oh, you have to be like a Scorpio or a Capricorn because you're so quiet. And no, actually this person's a Leo, but with a Capricorn moon. Oh, you have a Capricorn moon. That makes so much sense. It's because Capricorn moons are just known for their privacy. Like they're known for being very serious. I feel like, well, it's a known fact that Capricorn moons are the most emotionally repressed sign of all the zodiac signs for the moon signs. It's because Saturn does not sit comfortable in the moon, because it's the opposite, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like Saturn's very disciplined, very boss, very straight face, and, you know, very serious. And here we have the moon, who's very emotional, always crying. Not literally always crying, but they're very emotional, they're very sensitive, and they're not shy to show that. And I feel like the biggest thing here with Capricorns in the moon sign is that Capricorns have a lot to deal with always, because they're always feeling things, but they don't deal with those emotions. So they repress those feelings and they have to work through them because it's important. Like you always have to work through how you feel. I know for myself, because I don't want to say I've repressed a lot of things, but I have. Like, I have throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit here and say that I haven't. I definitely have repressed so many things in my life, but I've also learned to open up about these things properly and in a way that does not victimize myself, okay? So that's a huge thing, is Capricorn moons do not like to be victimized. They don't like to feel like they are, like, a sucker in their reality, and they're just like, oh, everything happens to me. No, bitch. Like, they know that they have to do what they have to do, and that's whatever thing that they have to do the thing, they're gonna do it. Like if it's to make money, if it's to be happier, if it's to do what they have to do, they will, but they're not gonna tell anybody. Okay, so yeah. And also don't expect Capricorn moons to come crying to you, because they're not gonna. But you know, it is a very real thing that when a Capricorn moon finds the right person, the right people, their soul family, people that they can genuinely, soulfully, truly, all the way down to the core trust, they will. And it will be hard for them at first to like want to actually go to that person to vent, but when they get to a point, they will, and it will be very good, because it will be very healthy for the Capricorn moon person. And then the person receiving the info, they're going to be like, holy shit, whoa, I didn't even know you felt this much. Yeah, you didn't, because we're Capricorn moons. Okay, then now the next sign, the last sign that we have, is Aquarius moon. Aquarius moons to me are really funny, because they're kind of like our sibling or our cousin, honestly, like Capricorn moon's cousins, because Aquarius moons are very private as well, but they're just more detached. Like they're very detached in life. I feel like Aquarius moons to me, all the ones that I know, and I do have quite a few friends who are Aquarius moons, is that they're very much tell you how it is, and they care a lot about how you feel, but they're also going to leave you alone. Like they can go without talking to you for months, but they still care about you, but it's just that they need their private time. So Aquarius moons are not good with emotions either. They're not going to sit here and cry to you. I think even less than Capricorn, they will not cry to you. They will never fucking cry to you ever. If you're going to expect an Aquarius moon to come crying, like it's probably not going to happen, because it's just not in them to do that. I feel like Aquarius moons as well are very what's it called, like inventive. They're very creative, very cool people. They have a very deep mind, and they see things very differently, but they tend to not act on that, and they should, because they have a lot of potential upon them being so cool. Like you have a very open mind, use it. So that's also the last thing, is that they have a very open mind. They can see everything for exactly what it is, and then some. just very inventive, very cool people. I love Aquarius moons. I think that they're so freaking cool, like always. But they are very private, and you know, like I said, they're like cousins to Capricorn moons because we're on the same shit. Very quiet, very private. Not gonna cry for anything really. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly intend that this resonated with you. And of course, there's always two sides to a coin. So if you feel a different type of way, it could resonate with you better. But this is definitely my observation, and it is very true according to me. Period. God bless y'all.